recently the Honorable Minister Sam George saying that there have been issues of theft, and this is serious amount of money, and yet nothing is being done. What has been causing these delays, and why government affordable programs are stalled most often?
Yeah, thank you. I think this has got a multifaceted phases, okay? Because one, political interventions, undue political interventions, they are too much, okay? So you see that every successive government will want to introduce a new program, okay, for which it can claim credit for, okay? And this undue politicization has actually made it worse, okay? Because mind you, the housing deficit is not waiting for you to finish and then continue. In fact, that is what I said, that annually we are supposed to provide not less than 300,000 units if we are to meet, okay, the kind of bridge the gap in terms of take away this kind of deficit from that point. Okay, so you see that the undue politicization actually does not augur well for affordable housing. Okay, yes, the state can take a lead, but how can it make it more transparent such that successive governments will be able to complete or continue? If you have a transparent policy, there is no way that any government will take it away. But when there is undue politicization, that is when the successive government comes, maximum 8 years, 4 years, 8 years, there's a change of government. Now, when the new government comes, then he starts, okay, trying to build an audit to find out whether there was value for money, you know, and we have seen it all over every year, every 4 years, every 8 years, we see it, okay, that we are having value for money. We are having audit to investigate to see whether actually some monies have gone somewhere, okay? And yet this building deteriorated to the point that by the time they finish the investigation, then it is just a waste of the public purse from that point, you know. So why, if there was actual need and there was agency in that, then why would it take you so much long time for you to do investigation and actually at the end of the day decide to dispose of it at a huge cost to government, okay, in that sense? So it meant that, yes, one of the reasons why they were giving, for example, for Saglement, was that, yes, the actual cost, unit cost, by the time they finish, it's not going to be affordable. So then you ask yourself, was due diligence done? That is the bigger question. So it means there was no due diligence, all right? So a housing that is supposed to provide over 5,000, now by the time they would have finished, was providing just less than 2,000. Okay, so then you see the unit cost of that house become so prohibitive that you are going to have the middle and then the upper class having those kinds of units. Then it defeats the purpose of affordable housing. Kufuor's era, the affordable housing was very ambitious, very good, okay, had a lot of land banks, okay, that he acquired for these kinds of things. But I think one of the major challenges from Kufuor's era was procurement, which actually, okay, became a hurdle in terms of centralization of the procurement process. So you have all these housing projects going on, and then you have one central place that they were doing procurement. This actually provided a lot of bottlenecks and bureaucracy, and that led to also a bit of corruption that came away, okay, and that actually halted the project along the way. So you will see that in each of these, as I keep on saying, that the undue politicization actually does not make the process transparent in order to make it very viable for the citizens to follow and to use. And that is why there's always the excuse when the successive government comes in order to just put it down, halt it, and then continue his own, for which he thinks that for this I will have the credit for.
Okay, so